Hi, welcome back. I'm starting something new on this channel and it's going to be an entire studying abroad series. I'm going to Beijing, China in February and I won't be back until June. So I thought it would be really cool if I could film a video or film an entire series about how I'm preparing for studying abroad, what my experiences are like studying abroad, and then maybe some hindsight reflective videos once I come back. So I'm gonna start filming the series with just this introductory video letting you guys know what program I'm going to, why I'm studying abroad, and then maybe some like thoughts and expectations and goals I have for going abroad. So some of the reasons why I chose to go studying abroad. At USC there is 3 different cities in China that they offer: Beijing, Shanghai, and Nanjing. And I chose Beijing out of those 3, mainly because it's the educational center of China. My mom had a lot to say about this as well. So in her opinion, this is just sidetracking, but in her opinion, the schools in China are not as good as those in America. So my mom didn't really understand why I was doing the opposite. She didn't understand why I was going to China when a lot of Chinese students my age are trying their best to come to America. So she didn't really agree with me going abroad at first. So then I was really persistent. So her compromise was she took me to Beijing last summer just to get me to feel the city and just to also explore and spend some time with her. And only then did my mom say, okay, I will let you go abroad because you really want to, and 2, you kind of already have a very basic idea of what Beijing is like. So it was only then did my mom let me go to Beijing. Well, she didn't really want me to go to Nanjing because she said, 1, there's nothing there. And I was like, okay mom, cool. 2nd, Shanghai is more, she said it's more like a place where you go for fun, not really a place where you go to learn. So that's why of the 3, Beijing was left, and it's with a really good university. It's with the Peking University, which is, my mom says, one of the best universities. It's like the Harvard, apparently, of China. Don't know. Okay, sure. I'm choosing Beijing because it's the political center of China. I mean, it is the capital as well. And I think career-wise, which I will share in my goals in a bit, career-wise, I think Beijing fits my interests better than Shanghai. But, again, this is just all research from my end. I need, experiencing the cities can be much different than what I read online or hear from other people. Alright, so a little bit more background information about my study abroad program. So USC is really awesome where the school partners with this third-party organization, and this organization is called CIEE. And they're really cool because I didn't really have to go out of my way to look for a program. I didn't have to do a lot of research. All the research was done for me. But I think the process for me for applying for abroad was a little bit easier than most people from what I hear and researched. But yeah, so CIE has a really cool program with Peking University, and there's 2 programs. First one is intensive Chinese language, so ICL. That's the program I'm in. And there's a second program that's more advanced, Advanced Chinese Studies, ACS. So it's qualifications for ICL and ACS just differ a little bit. It's just how much more fluent you are in your Chinese or how much more advanced you are in your Chinese studies. I was too scared to do the Advanced Chinese Studies, even though I've been studying it for a very long time. Doesn't mean that I know a lot of the language or know a lot of reading and things like that. So I was too scared. For ACS, you have to have the HSK exam score of 6. I think at least 5. Even then, if you score 5, it's not good enough. But you have to be absolutely fluent because in the ACS program, you're taking all your classes in Chinese. Clearly the Chinese language classes are going to be in Chinese, but your elective classes are also in Chinese. So you're enrolled within the actual Peking University, and you are a Peking University student for that semester. I was a little bit too scared to do that because I'm not that confident in my Chinese, and I also kind of just wanted to take it a little bit easier on myself for studying abroad because it is a new country. I am taking classes in a language I don't know, so I just didn't really want to, because I usually push myself, so I didn't really want to push myself to the point where I set myself up to fail. So that's kind of why I chose ICL to begin with. Some details about the ICL program. You do have Chinese classes. Again, they're going to be in Chinese, that's the point of them, but you're not a Peking University student. You're like not a whole student. you're enrolled within the Chinese as a second language school. I will be an international student. All my Chinese classes are in Chinese, but all my elective classes will be in English. So I'm not taking classes from Peking University themselves, but within the international school. I don't have my schedule yet. I know I chose dorming, but I don't know where I'm dorming. I know like the place I'm dorming, but I don't know the building, I don't know the room, I don't know if I have roommates. So like, apparently it's a cultural thing where the Chinese people kind of just do things as it comes along. So I'm not getting any information until on-site orientation, and I'm a little bit nervous about that. Another thing I want to talk about is scholarships and financial aid. A lot of people don't go abroad because they feel like going abroad may cost more, or they simply don't have the means to go. But my case might be a little bit different because USC is a very expensive, For USC, a lot of institutions and like a lot of study abroad programs are actually much cheaper than the tuition itself. So, you know, a lot of people are kind of saving money when they go abroad. You know, this depends on school as well. It depends on whether it's a public school or private school, or like what type of programs you guys have. But in my case, it's cheaper to go abroad. Other things, even though it can be cheaper than your tuition, it might still be really expensive, and your parents might not be able to afford all of it in the end. And sometimes a lot of federal aid doesn't really apply to it. And like, you know, university grants aren't the same. But not to worry, because there's tons and tons of scholarships. In my case, I have a couple scholarships. CIE was really cool in giving me, I think, 2 scholarships, one for applying to a different scholarship and 2 for one of the essays I submitted under financial aid. So the other scholarship that I got money from CIE for just applying is called Gilman. The Gilman Scholarship is a federal scholarship, and they're really awesome because you join this community of like other Gilman scholars, and a really cool part of the scholarship is that there's a follow-on service project. It helps you like stay within the community and like really give back to those who gave to you. And I thought that was really helpful and beneficial for a lot of prospective students and people who are interested in studying abroad. So my follow-on service project is these vlogs and videos. Wow. Yeah, my follow-on service project will be mainly online. I wanted to, first of all, do a lot of vlogs and a whole series on my channel, because YouTube is one of the quickest ways that anyone can learn about anything. Like, why not like put instructions about like studying abroad online as well? It's the easiest way. It's a really fun and engaging way to learn about how to apply, what my experiences were like, and maybe just some tips that I could share like before, during, or after my my venture. The second thing I proposed was having a blog, and I wanted to have like entries where I go abroad. I love journaling, but sometimes I don't have a lot of time for it, so I just end up not doing it. And I thought, hey, like the easiest compromise for my desires and interests to journal and to also document what I'm doing abroad is writing it down. So then, you know, for those who aren't really interested in watching YouTube videos, or their way of coming across my studies is through my blog first, like the information is there. And I think having online resources, using social media, using social platforms is a really good way to like kind of share amazing opportunities like Gilman and like studying abroad and just my experiences. Yeah, there's tons of opportunities and scholarships out there. Ask your school, ask your study abroad programs, ask alumni. The hardest part is just finding it and applying for it. So I'll link down Gilman below, I'll link down CIE below to like help you guys kind of like get that jump ahead. There are other scholarships as well, so I can also link all of those below. Right now I'm very fortunate to be in a very good spot where I don't need any more scholarships, and I think if I do apply for any more, I wouldn't be able to use that money, because at that point it would be for personal use and not for actual like education studying abroad use. So I don't really want to like do that. Yeah, so a little bit more information about this video series. I want to do like 3 main segments. The first segment will be maybe stuff like what it is like to apply, again, some scholarship opportunities, what I'm packing, tips I've heard, so anything that I'm doing to prepare myself before I leave the country. The second segment I want to do is, you know, my travels there. I want to film like kind of more daily vlogs, or maybe just like shorter episodes and not monthly vlogs about what my life is. Maybe like a day in the life of a Peking student. And yeah, I just kind of want to, I just want to give like more first-hand experiences and like have you guys live vicariously through me. And then the third part I want to do is a more reflective hindsight portion. So once I come back in the States, I do want to, you know, kind of sit back and like share some tips that, you know, I can only gain after going there. And I think that's gonna be really helpful, especially for anybody who watches this video series like years on down, because in the end you're still gonna learn something, and hopefully you guys find everything I say here informational and really helpful for you guys. So yeah, those are the 3 segments I want to do for this video series. My expectations and goals for myself for studying abroad. I think it's really important to set these goals, because I don't want to say I want to like measure how successful my semester is abroad, but I want to have like a good like idea of if I was productive. Alright, so my first goal, obviously, to learn Chinese. I have been studying Chinese for like almost 10-11 years of my life, but I really want to take my Chinese to that next level. Goal number 2 is finding some networks. For those of you who don't know, I am interested in studying law, more like international, maybe immigration law, because I did some internships back in like high school, and the work I did was helping a lot of like low-income Spanish-speaking immigrant people with like criminal expungement and wage claim forms, and it was really rewarding work. Most of the time these people were just actually genuine people, and that they were just, you know, at the wrong place at the wrong time, where they actually did change, and all they really wanted was just to like live a better life. I really want to integrate my Chinese abilities and, you know, help the Chinese population, or the Chinese speaking population, with kind of like immigration things, maybe like similar things like wage claim and criminal expungement. That doesn't mean I have to go to law school, but you know, I have no idea what that means just yet. But yeah, that's my career goal right now, and I think finding connections in China, or like networking with like the international community, would be really helpful to like kind of you know, to have the connection, but also to like learn a little bit more about like potential careers and like really hone in on what I want to do. Goal number 3, it's a little bit more personal, to like not more academics, but more personal to my social life, but I want to make a lot of friends. I want to get out there and make as many friends as I can, because I hear a lot about people having like lifelong friends with people they study abroad with, so I thought that would be really cool. Goal number 4, going back to academics, because this is unorganized, I want to have a good GPA. I don't know what's it like at other schools, but at USC, when you go abroad, the grades you get they don't count towards your GPA. So like if I get straight A's, it's like that 4.0 isn't going to factor into my cumulative GPA. All my classes there, even though I am going to get a grade, in terms of USC credit, it's only be pass or no pass. But that doesn't mean I want to slack off. I mean, it looks like I can, but I don't want to slack off, because when it comes to law school or any grad school, they're going to ask for all your transcripts at every institution that you've ever studied at. So I don't think studying abroad is an excuse, like having an easier program or like, you know, something like that. I don't want it to be an excuse for me to not try hard in school. Goal number 5, to actually edit and film and upload videos. I really want to be able to upload videos as my adventure goes, and not like come back to the States and then upload everything. I think it's gonna be much more fun if I just upload videos as they come, and just have that unfiltered first-hand experiences, authentic, genuine things. But yeah, in this video I want to talk about my my expectations and feelings, I guess, not goal-wise. Feeling, I'm very, very excited right now. I have less than like 20 days before I leave, and I'm just so excited. I am nervous because this is my first time going to a different country by myself. I've always been to China with my mom. I've been like maybe 4 times out of my entire life now, counting last summer. So I've been, yes, but I've never been like studying on my own. I mean, college in the States, I go to USC, and like I live like an hour away. So it was always really helpful to have my mom kind of like, you know, it sucks having to drive an hour, and like especially downtown, but it was always nice having her like that close. And alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't know how long this video is, but I'm sorry if it was really long. Last thing, note to future Betty. I know it's gonna be weird watching yourself back on camera like, I don't know, in a couple months, but I'm really excited for you to go abroad, and I've literally no idea what to expect, and I feel like I'm gonna cry at any moment just because I'm just so grateful for being able to study at such a great school and having like the financial means and support and like everything just to go abroad. So please do well in school, meet new people, find new friends, be really close with your professors, because I think that's gonna be really helpful in terms of letters of recommendations. Filming wise, get your friends involved, why not? Let's see, challenges wise, if you meet any challenges that you think really fucking suck, because you know, girl, you know, like last semester that was crazy. My social life was on fire, whatever. But like, if you meet any challenges like that, just remember to keep a level head. Yeah, I'm very excited for you. I hope you do watch this video. So yeah, thanks for sitting through the entire video or skipped it. I don't know what this video is gonna do or what the results are like, but I really hope you guys follow along with me on my journey. I think it's gonna be very informative for those of you who are thinking about going abroad, or who are going abroad, or who are even going abroad to Beijing as well. But yeah, I'm very excited, and yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, guys.